Hello everybody and welcome to another video on Jazzy and Steve. This is the one you've all been waiting for. Yes, Sunderland have finally signed a striker. Don't be stupid. We're never going to sign a striker. No, this is the first match preview of the new season 24-25. Cardiff versus Sunderland. 12:30 kickoff on Saturday. I had just gone there, didn't I? Before we get started, do us all a favour, please. As you know, we all hit 10k and we're massively appreciative of that. Thank you everyone who subscribed over the years and all you people beautiful people who come and keep watching us. Hit the thumbs up and subscribe, please, because it really means a lot to us and we just want to help the channel grow. In this video, we're going to cover, obviously, the match preview for Cardiff on Saturday. Obviously, the start of the new season. We're going to cover what Reggie Lebris said in his... I can't stop moving my hands. What Reggie Lebris said in his pre-match conference. God, you can tell it's been a while since we've done one of these, can't you? And also, there's two players that have departed Sunderland. Now, as you can see, I'm by myself. Jazzy's got a few things going on. So it's just me. And as you can see, I'm at Costa del Wolsingham by the reservoir. Beautiful caravan weather we're having here. In my happy place. But don't worry, I am back for the start of this season. First things first, Elliot Embleton.
Sunderland again going for it here.
He went on loan to Blackpool a few years ago and he had a successful season with them. He's signed for Blackpool on a permanent deal, basically. There's been no fee up front, but apparently we do have a chunky sell-on clause in his contract. So if he does have a good time at Blackpool, then he sells on, we'll get a percentage of the sale. And I believe Jay Matete, I could be wrong here, Jay Matete has went on loan for the season to Bolton Wanderers. Now, with the Matete one, me and Paul have spoke about him at length in the past, and because I'm a big fan of Matete, I don't think he's been given a fair chance in the Championship with Sunderland. So I'd like to see how he got on, but we are a bit midfielder heavy in the squad, so I'm sure the club know what they're doing. Or maybe he just doesn't fit in. We don't know what goes on behind the scenes. But with Hamilton leaving on a permanent basis, thank you for the moment at Wembley. That's something I will never ever forget. Yes, you made me cry 12 minutes into the game. And what a goal it was. Fantastic. You scored the first goal to get us back in the Championship. And for that, Embleton, you're one of our own. And I thank you dearly, along with, I'm sure, all the other Sunderland fans do as well. Right, now moving on. First game of the season. It's finally back. The football season is back. It's what we've all been waiting for. We're trying to put last season behind us, like with the complete collapse for the second half of the season. We're going to try and forget about that because, as we know, none of us enjoyed that. But onwards and upwards, we're always looking forward to Sunderland. Yes, we still haven't got a striker yet, but I'll cover that more in a bit. But we've got Cardiff. That's where we start our journey. Reggie Lebris' first proper game in charge. Cardiff, this is not normally where I'd give you the stats of what they're doing, but it's the first game of the season. So there isn't any stats. There isn't any form. So it's tricky to say that. Last season, they finished in 12th, so that's 4 places above us. They had a bit of a hit and miss season. We had a good first half and then a really bad second half. They were like hit and miss throughout the season, but they've ended up finishing mid-table. But they conceded 70 goals. Now, I'm pretty sure that that's something they're going to try and address this season. So I think they'll have adapted the way they're defending. Because, like I say, 70 goals in one season. I believe, don't quote us on this, but I believe it was the joint 4th most in the whole league last season. And to concede that and still finish 12th. It's decent, to be fair, like, but let's see. You've got to be worried when you're conceding that many kind of goals. They have brought in 5 signings. They brought in Alex Robertson from Man City. They've actually brought in 1.15 million. They've got Anwar El Ghazi from over in the Bundesliga. Callum Chambers, they've signed from Aston Villa. Chris Willock, who, as you know, we were linked to at the very start, well, as soon as the season finished, really, last season, from QPR. We were linked with him. His brother plays for the Barcodes down the road. And also, they've got Wilfried Konga, a striker, on loan from the Bundesliga as well. So they have got 5 new signings in. One of them is a striker. That must be nice. I've got them on me watching. It's like I say, when the season first starts, you don't know who's on form. You don't know who's performing, how well they're doing. It's a game that we've got to hit the ground running. We've got to. Reggie Lebris is going to want to do that as well. It's his first game in charge, like proper game in charge, not including pre-season. He's going to want to hit the ground running. He's going to want to start off with a win. Hopefully, we've still got the new head coach and new manager buzz, and that's what we'll do on Saturday. Other players you've got to mention with them. They've got Aaron Ramsey. He's a bit like Huggins and Cirkin. He's made of glass, so he's always injured. But they've also got Perry Ng. We've mentioned him in a few of our videos. over the previous 2 seasons and all that. He pops up with loads of assists, so he's one to keep an eye on. But yeah, they've got the 5 new signings, and Ramsey and Ng, they're the ones who are picked out to keep an eye on Saturday. But like I say, we didn't know who was in good form. We didn't know anything about it. They're going to want every team wants to get off to a good start. Obviously, I think we've got to go there. We've got to. Obviously, Reggie Lebree in his press conference, he said that he hasn't really had his model hasn't really changed much from what we already had, which some can see is quite worrying. But like, we already played attacking high pressing football, which is what he wants to do. He's trying to implement his styles. We've heard some of the players over pre-season saying that he's brought in his styles, the way he wants to play. And we've got to see, I mean, it'll not be identical. Obviously, he'll have his own little impact on different things. It's going to be interesting to see how it comes off. I never take pre-season too seriously because players aren't playing to their full potential. They want to give that pre-season confidence. Look at that. Oh. Be careful of getting injured before the start of the season. And like you say, it's when the season starts, that's when you go full hog, 100% into your games to try and get them results, which is what you've trained for over pre-season. And obviously, as a professional footballer, you want to do the best you can for the team you're playing for. And more importantly, which should be on the players' minds, is you want to do it for the fans, because it's the fans at the end of the day that are putting all the money in the club to give you such your lucrative wages that you do get. In Reggie Lebree's press conference, he did say, obviously he got asked questions about the new striker, or are we getting a new striker? And he said it's not about just finding a striker, it's about finding the right striker. Bit of a cop-out answer. He's not in charge of the transfers, we know this. But he did say he likes Mayenda and he's happy with the one that we've got. Now, he said one. That means he mustn't be including Hemir in his plans. Roussan, I think he's classing as a wide player this season, which I think he is more suited to be fair. Obviously, we know the carry on with Mendy. He said he wants to come to us. He's not playing for Khan. But the clubs are trying to come to an agreement. I think we're being very daft with our very low offers, but I think they're asking a bit too much. Hopefully an agreement can be done. But here's a theory for us. I've never heard anyone else say this. If they have, I haven't heard it. So I apologise if I'm stepping on toes. But here's my theory, which I just thought of while I was on my brew this morning. I was sitting outside the caravan. I reckon Speakman and KLD, or maybe Speakman, they're going to wait until the very end of the transfer window. They're going to see how Mayenda or how the strikers we've got perform in the first few games of the season. And I reckon if Mayenda starts banging them in from the start of the season, they might think, all right, we don't have to get one. I could be wrong, but I think they could be holding out to see if one of the ones they brought in last season is going to do a job and get the goals that was so much craving for before they put their hand in the pocket. That's what I'm thinking. Now, it's just a theory, so don't hate us for it. I'm just thinking it is a possibility. And with Sunderland, you know, anything can happen. But my end, basically the starting 11 to me looks as though it's going to be the same starting 11 what played against Marseille down at Bradford at the weekend. I said that when I say in the lineup, it looks as though that's what he's going to go for. He did say the only person who might be injured, apart from the long-term ones that we already know about, obviously, is Yelder. Leola Yelder, he might be out. So out of pre-season, he's really the only one that's going to be missing. Ballard, obviously, we know he's still injured. We know Elise. No, Elise's not injured. I'm full of shit. Ballard's out. Paveda's not going to be ready yet. He did say last week that he started his pre-season 3 weeks after everybody else, so they're going to take a bit of time to get him ready. I'm looking forward to seeing him on the pitch. I've got to be honest with you, I really am. He said he wants to finish top 6, which is good. Which is obviously good. I mean, last season, speaking, came and said we want to finish top 2. That worked out mint, didn't it? But Lebree said he's aiming for top 6, which is good. He's got ambition. He's given that answer straight away. He's not, you know, trying to play it safe by and you know, I just want to improve on last season. He said he wants top 6. Obviously, we'll all get behind him and hope that he does achieve what his aim is, because obviously we all want top 6 as a minimum. It's going to be every championship season is a tough one. Like I say, we've brought in 3 signs. We've brought in 2 goalkeepers, Moore and Blondie. I don't know how to pronounce his second name. Obviously, they're going to be playing second and third string to Patterson, unless obviously something happens with Patterson before the end of the window, but it doesn't look likely. And like I say, he wants to play a high. Oh, sorry, come back to the transfers. Sorry, Brown's going to be probably the only signing that's actually starting on Saturday, and I think what a signing he is. Watched him in pre-season and he's class, he's brilliant. You can tell why he got Preston's player of the season last season. He's got over 400 games experience for Preston and he's got other games for other clubs and all that. I think he's a brilliant signing. Yes, we got him for free, but from what I've seen of him, he's proven that you don't need to necessarily spend money every time to get the decent players in. I think he's going to be massive for us this season. I think he'll bring Dan Neil on. I think they're going to be the two centre midfield partnerships. Even though we did hear that Job was potentially going to be dropping back into the centre midfield, but I think it's tricky with Brown and Neil there. But we'll have to wait and see what happens. I dare say there will be chopping and changing and people moving around as the season goes. I've got high. Bloody how many times did I stutter there? I've got high hopes for Job this season. I think he had a good season last season. I think he got played too much, but I do believe this season I think he is going to come on strong. He's going to hit the ground running. I hope all the players do, to be fair. And like I say, we don't know what's going to happen with certain players. Are we going to keep hold of Clark? I don't think so. Obviously, hopefully we do. I don't think so. Are we going to keep hold of Hume, Ballard, Ekwa? Although after last season, Ekwa's a bit of an iffy one for me. But like I say, we've got the first game of the season on Saturday. We're going to get behind the lads. Obviously, it's away from home. It's live on Sky. And obviously, we want to get the win. We really, really do. Now, as you can see, normally at this point, I'll go into the score predictions. But because Paul's got things on, which it can't be helped, I'm going to get someone in who's the same height as Paul. So, Niall, come here. Obviously, I couldn't get Paul in because hello, Niall, sit up. Sit up, mate. God, here. Right, so Niall's going to do the score prediction on Paul's behalf. My score prediction first is... first things first, Niall, I'm looking forward to the new season.
Yeah.
You sound dead enthusiastic there, doesn't he? Which player are you looking forward to seeing this season?
I reckon Reek's going to make a massive improvement.
Well, he's class, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's class. We want us to tie him down to a contract, and we want him to just go from strength to strength, and I think he's going to as well this season. Like I say, I think the team that he starts on Saturday will have Rig on the bench. Could be wrong though, you didn't know. But yeah, so Rig's your favourite player at the minute, isn't he?
Yeah.
Obviously, you still love Jack Clark, but you're hoping we'll keep all of them.
Yeah, obviously.
Obviously, right. Well, score predictions. It's always a tricky one because, like I say, we don't know what form either team's going to be in. We don't know how they're going to approach the game. But I'm going to go, you've guessed it, 3-1 Sunderland. Start the season the way you want to carry on. I'm going to go 3-1 away from home. First victory for Reggie Labree's Red and White Wizards. I think Mayenda's going to score his first goal for the club, even though this is his second season. Well, granted, he was on loan last season. And I'm not bothered who else gets the goals, but I think Mayenda's going to get on the score sheet on Saturday. So, Niall, what's your score prediction on Paul's behalf?
I think it's going to be 2-0. And I think it's going to be a very slow game, and we're going to get 2 lucky goals.
Two lucky goals?
Yeah.
2 lucky goals. So who's going to score them 2 lucky goals?
Mayenda and Dan Neil.
Mayenda and Dan Neil. So both of us have got Mayenda to score the first Sunderland goal. And the first, not necessarily the first one, but his first goal for the club. So you've got me and Niall have got us down to both start the season off with 3 points. Get us on the right path the way we want to go this season. Like I say, it's going to be a long one. We'll be with you for the whole time of it. Niall will even pop up every now and again. Thanks for watching. Hit the thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new. And yeah, let's look forward to Saturday. See you later. Away, lads!